What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Arena of Valor esports match review, and this time we are going to be taking a look at the Mad going up against the Bacon Time, and there is already the first blood dropping for Neil on his Nakroth, one of the best Nakroths in the world, so this is already a very scary start for Pop's Bacon Time here. And yeah, the team comps are of course going to be again very interesting, just like all the games that I review here. We have a very standard Lubu in that Slayer lane, a kind of standard Nakroth in the jungle. However, now it's getting very wild. There is going to be a Preyta in the middle lane for the side of Mad, and then a very standard Kefani and Kha'Zix support the marksman duo. And now on the other side, on Pop's Bacon Time, we have a Richter in the Slayer lane, again really standard Kira in the jungle, which is always fun to see. Ignis in the mid lane. I'm sure there were a lot of mid lane bans with these two heroes coming out. And again, a pretty standard bot lane combo with that Laville in the marksman position and the Lumber as a support. Now, this is gonna turn into a very close game. From what I've seen when I pressed a little bit forward to see how the standing is, and it's gonna be very, very exciting. And it's gonna be really interesting to see what this Preyta builds, because I saw it already and I have been cringing hard, you know? But in retrospect, I guess it won't be the worst. You will see what I'm talking about very, very soon when the game progresses. And we have Neil getting a little bit knocked up there, but returning a lot of damage onto that Richter himself. Of course, Preyta and Ignis have phenomenal wave clear abilities, so they will never have any issues clearing those mid lane waves. I assume both teams will be able to hold on to their towers for a very long time due to both mid laners having a ridiculous amount of wave clear. Not only that, but Bacon Time has that Lumber as well, which can just lay down his ult and easily clear those waves. Laville, of course, with those triple shots, if he can get into range under the tower, he easily clears the waves as well. And Kefani, the standard wave clear marksman, is gonna tear down these waves for Mad as well. So this will turn into a late game juicer, as you might predict, as you can already tell by how long this video is. So yeah, Kefani already pounding onto that dragon. They seem to be getting it. Yeah, Moss tries to steal it with a Lumber ult, but not able to. Also, guys, keep in mind, Moss used to be the very best support player. Back when I was at the AWC, everyone said he is the best support player, and I mean, a lot of people at least agreed he is truly insane. So we'll see how he is still holding up to this day, nearly 3 years later. And yeah, definitely the game progressing pretty evenly so far. Mad team a little bit ahead, 700-800 gold ahead, but it does not matter, of course, too much. Meanwhile, this Kefani is poking down this Lumber very, very hard there with one laser and a couple minigun auto attacks. And now the Kira is going very deep here, gets the Preyta, but he uses Arctic Orb, and they are able to just disengage. 2 Arctic Orbs used, and yeah, everyone just disengages. Richter is of course going to be able to clear that wave, so there won't be any tower damage suffered for that roam there to the bottom lane. So it is all good. Ooh, that Neil is going deep with his Nakroth right now, doing a ton of damage. Keeps going deeper and deeper. I think, who got the blue buff? Who got the blue buff? Richter actually got that blue buff. So it still went to the side of a Bacon. And if they get, no, beautiful flicker coming out of Kha'Zix, is able to get away over that wall. And Richter got, of course it's not ideal that Richter gets the blue buff. You want to have it on Kira or at least on Ignis, right, for the side of Bacon Time, but it's still the gold and the XP going to them, so it's still really good that he was able to pick that up. And yeah, so far this Kira definitely getting very pressured in her jungle, not really able to do too much. She forced the Arctic Orb and the flicker out of Preyta, which is decent, you know, but so far definitely Nakroth doing more. But I feel like he is stronger than her early game, so yeah, is definitely to be expected that he has a little bit more impact so far. And yeah, that Kefani just completed her Clavis Santi, and you guys know how much of a clown hero this is. I'm still waiting for Timmy to nerf her, because this is all she needs to do a ton of damage, a ridiculous ton of damage, okay? And yeah, I'm sure she has those Rampage Arcana as well. So she has like, what, 100... I don't even know, 185 crit damage I think now, which is, come on man, it's a little bit ridiculous. Or even more than that, I'm not sure guys, but yeah, I think Rampage Arcana are 35 or something. So if she lasers you and crits you, it's basically half your health if you are the Kira, the Ignis, or the Laville, right? Even the Richter, I mean Richter has a lot of armor, so he should be fine. The Ignis is actually building onto that Berifs, so he should be kind of fine as well. It's definitely gonna help him a little bit. Against that Nakroth especially, but also against those Kefani lasers. Ooh, that is a good ult, but not able to do... Ooh, the Kha'Zix is going deep. He gets ulted by that Lumber, is slowed, but they are not able to counteract that attack and get the Kha'Zix there. Again, just both teams playing really well, instantly disengaging whenever something is too dangerous. So you don't see a lot of kills dropping here. 7 minutes into the game, 2-0. This is the highest level of Arena of Valor gameplay. This is just how it is. Of any esport, a high level is just not going to have a lot of kills. Going down, a beautiful dodge by that Richter. He is doing so much damage and is able to cleanly get away without using his flicker. Only used his ult, and that is completely fine. And that Kira is doing a ton of damage now. Yuzon is able to... Laville ult all the way from downtown hits him in the end. And I think they can all just get away though, yeah. Nakroth has way too many dash abilities, so he's able to easily get away. Oh my god, that is so much damage coming out from Preyta and Kefani. They are able to pick up that bot lane tower while that was going on in the top lane, and now Richter just using his ult to zone away the Lubu, and is able to do so, is able to do pretty well here. He gets like half that tower, very well played. And look at Neil in the mid lane, just briefly dashes into that mid lane just to put one auto attack onto that tower to poke it down, because he knows how important it is to poke down these towers. Now it's already at half HP, and the next push will just be much easier to get it. And a beautiful dive by Kha'Zix turns that little advantage that the Richter built for himself around and gets that kill for his Lubu there. Ooh, beautiful. Man, these Laville ults are just always spot on by these players, man. Meanwhile, when I play Laville, I miss every single ult. What is going on, guys? Am I actually that bad? I guess, man. I guess. Unlucky, guys, but it's fine. As I said, there's so many good Lavilles. They just keep hitting all their ults. And yeah, just really nice to see. 3-0. This is such a slow and calculated game by both teams. There's a lot of action, but just no one getting finished off, you know? It is partly due to that Arctic Orb of Virginity, of course. Only 3 remaining in this game, though. Only Ignis, Laville, and Kefani have one. But these are the carries, okay? So, yeah, and now you can see the Preyta build, right? He has Orb of the Magi, guys. I don't know what to say. I don't agree with it. I don't think that item is good anymore. In pro play, I can kind of see it. If you know the game is going to late game, it can be a good pickup. But all in all, man, Preyta is such a strong late game hero. You don't want to delay that further. And I don't even like the stats on Orb of Magi for Preyta. It is just kind of weird. And the next item he's going for is going to be a Medallion of Troy, as you can see in his item build. And that is just really sad, man. I mean, he has to, because that Kira will otherwise just always one-shot him. But at the same time, he has a flicker. He has his shield on his ult. I think he could do fine. I think he should have. What he should have really done is he should have brought Purify, probably. I think he can purify the Kira. A lot of her damage he can purify with that S1. Might be able to purify that. And he can purify the Richter ult, which a lot of people don't know. So I feel like that would have been better. He could have gone a little bit more aggressive here and just do a ton of damage while staying safe at range. But I guess not, guys, okay? He is going super tanky on that Preyta. He's still gonna be dealing a decent amount of damage with his auto attacks, to be fair, because that just always deals a lot of damage for Preyta. He just gets completely caught anyway. Very overextended there, gets picked up, and yeah, not able to survive despite his tank items. Still only a 3k gold lead for Mad here. They get the dragon, Lubu jumping in very deep, and now we will see, can they get this mid lane tower finally? They still can't. Just really difficult to penetrate these towers when you have an Ignis wave clearing, right? And on this other side it will be the same, that Preyta. Just so much wave clear from both teams. I feel like wave clear is just really strong in this meta. D-Rock, all these heroes, man. Caffeine, they all have wave clear, and it makes the games really long in pro play, which I'm fine with, you know? I think it's fun to watch, but I'm not sure how Tencent likes this, or Teamy. Not sure if they're aiming for that. Usually companies don't aim for super long games in esports because you know, when you play your 10-minute games of AoV and then you want to watch some esports matches and they're all 30 minutes long, you might be a little bit, what is that, man? I'm used to the 10-minute games. I want to watch 10-minute games. So yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about that, but it is what it is right now. And we have a very even game still. Very surprisingly, still only a 3k gold lead. 11 minutes into the game. As I said, not a lot of kills dropping, but definitely still both teams fighting a ton. And I think now the fights will get spiced up here because the Arctic Orbs are nearly gone. Caffeine doesn't have one anymore either. And yeah, we'll see that. You might think I'm trolling when I say that, but Bacon has a little bit of an advantage here for the next team fight because of those two Arctic Orbs on their two main carries, on Ignis and Laville. So we'll see if they can use that to make up for this 3k gold deficit. They push the enemies away, so they get breathing room, they get to farm their jungle, they get to farm lanes, and the more they farm, have you seen Laville in the late game? Yes, you guys have, and it is ridiculous. Have you seen Kira in the late game? Yes, probably you have. That's why you ban her every game in your rank games. It is ridiculous. It one-shots anything, right? But then again, Caffeine, Preyta really strong late game, Krizix strong if they can combo it with Preyta. But other than that, I definitely think Bacon Time has a stronger late game here. I will definitely give it to them in the late game. And Kira is getting that kill, but Mad is already onto that Slayer, and I think they will get it. Of course, Preyta with that ult, Nakroth does a ton of Slayer damage, and Caffeine. It is such an easy pickup. But I think Bacon Time is fine with it, because again, they're stalling these games, man. And they still have that Ignis available to wave clear. He has the heal reduction, and he has Hecate completed, which is going to give him so much wave clear. It just gives him so much damage on his abilities that he's just going to one-shot these minions so easily. And he's already on it. The minion wave isn't even at the tower, and he already almost cleared it. Only the cannon minion remaining, and that's just going to be a very easy pickup for that Laville. So again, I think Bacon Time did a good thing there. They got the dragon, they got that bot lane kill onto that Lubu, made him use his endless cycle, and was able to... they gave over the Slayer, but I think they will be able to defend this, no problem. They are out of position here though. They think the enemies will push mid, but they are all positioning to push top. And I think Pop's Bacon Time will lose this top lane tower. Probably not the next one, not the tier 3 tower, but now it is very easy. One auto attack from Nakroth and he gets that mid lane tower. Ooh, beautiful Krizix flicker. Picks up, along with that Lubu, picks up that kill onto Kira, but she is able to just respawn with Endless Cycle. So she is completely chilling here. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Preyta is putting that S1 down so he can zone the enemies away. They get the tower, and now it's just really difficult. I think that Laville is just getting caught. He drops. He uses Endless Cycle, so he's coming back very soon. But the enemies are already disengaging. Mad is playing this so well, so calculated. Instantly disengaging after that one kill, because they knew he will just use Endless Cycle. And if he has a better position in that fight and they keep fighting, he will just do way too much damage, as we guys know by Laville. I mean, he's at 10k gold. He has 4 completed items, building onto that Blade of Eternity, or Fenrir's, but I think it's likely going to be a Blade of Eternity. And at that point, he is going to be even stronger. So good on Mad here for disengaging. They are trying to get this Enraged Slayer. Oh my god, this Caffeine is burning through the enemy so much. Neil goes from the backline, beautiful flank, is not able to do enough damage to get any kills though. And now BAC is completely poked down, and I think they will have to just surrender this Abyssal Dragon. Unless that Kira can say something. She still has her ult available, but nah, she cannot do anything. Caffeine gets that dragon buff, and now it seems like this is definitely Mad's game to lose, okay? They are in such a nice lead here in terms of towers, in terms of objectives. They have the buff, the Enraged Dragon buff. The Slayer just respawned, they will get that as well. And at that point, it is just really, really difficult for Bacon to do anything here. Even though bacon is really delicious, you know. It's a very nice little breakfast, but, you know, it can't, sometimes they can't win the AoV game, which is understandable. Anyway, now Preyta is of course just gonna clear that wave. Let's check out these builds. The Preyta is of course completing some more AP items. He should be tanky enough to not get one-shot by that Kira anymore. So he's chilling, but she has a Staff of Noodles. So again, maybe he gets one shot through the shield, through everything. Kira is ridiculous late game, guys. And yeah, that Richter is going full tank, which we see often when you have enough damage, and they do have enough damage. They have a Kira, they have an Ignis with a very aggressive build, and they have a Laville. You don't need more damage, so you just go full tank. You just want to be as tanky as possible and soak damage, while still dealing, still having that silence on ult, still having true damage on ult, and still having that knock-up from your green S1. So definitely a good decision there. And we'll see, they get the bot lane tower very easily, and now it is onto those tier 3 towers. And we'll see if Bacon can defend those, because that's the important thing. And Ignis knows that, instantly uses that ult to clear that wave. And he cleared it, and that ult, let me tell you, it has like a 20-second cooldown, so he can do it for almost every wave that comes in 2 lanes, okay? And it's very difficult to push on 3 rounds, so they are fine for now. And the Kha'Zix gets caught out of position, and they are able to pick him up after CCing him for quite some time there. And yeah, no objectives up on the map right now, and Mad is feeling this better late game comp by Bacon right now. They are realizing, oh no, this is gonna turn, hey, we've seen it on Shurko's channel, this is gonna turn into a no. Exactly, that's exactly what they're thinking. Of course they watch my channel. Why do you think they play so well, huh? do you really think Neil could learn this good Nakroth play by himself? No, of course not, man. I taught everything to these pro players, man, of course. The Gaming Genius, everyone takes notes when the Gaming Genius makes a video. Anyway, now we will see how this progresses. It's still very even, okay? It's still very even because Mad has such a huge tower advantage, but now Yuzon is completely inting. I guess he has not been watching my videos. And yeah, he ends up getting caught. And now it's a different game, but again, he just respawns with Endless Cycle, so who am I kidding? It is still exactly the same game. It is a 5v5 on the map, but he doesn't have his Flicker available yet, but he will have it soon, okay? Ooh, very insane, like very deep engage there, again by that Kha'Zix coming in, and this is just an all-around cluster team fight. Everyone is on a single spot, just the AoE damage from Bacon time being superior this time. And yeah, just I guess Ignis doing more damage than that Preyta in that late game. And yeah, they are able to pick up 2 kills on that Kha'Zix and that Lubu, and Lubu doesn't have his Endless Cycle anymore. I think he used 2 stacks already. If he used only 1, it's still on cooldown, so that doesn't matter either. So they are going to be able to get this comeback here. Bacon, as I said, late game, Kira, Laville, Ignis, just too strong, guys, okay? Just way too strong. Neil is trying his best here. He tries to sneak this dragon, but he quickly realizes he doesn't have enough damage. So now the enemies are probably gonna get it. It's still a 4v3 on the map, so it's really, really difficult, you know? It is not 0161 many on the map. It is 0161 4v3 on the map, okay guys? Some of you guys will understand this and you will be very thankful for this joke. I know, I like these jokes as well. Anyway, unfortunately, we are not taking a look at the map of Manchester here. We are taking a look at an AOV pro game. So let's get back to this commentary. Anyway, we have that Ignis, of course, completed his Staff of Null now. This might seem stupid, but guys, just because a hero deals true damage on his ult doesn't mean he doesn't need armor magic pierce, right? So chill out, guys. Definitely a good pickup there because the enemies have so much magic resistance on Lubu, of course, full tank Lubu, which is ridiculous. They have a Medallion of Troy on Preyta and on Kha'Zix, and I mean everyone has, excuse me, every single person on Matt's team has a Medallion of Troy. So of course Ignis needs that. I just saw the Caffeine has one as well. Guys, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous, man. So much defensive items coming out of Mad. I think that's why they're lacking this damage in those team fights, man. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they really need it. But I feel like they don't need it. They don't need that much magic resistance against this Kira. Because if you just go full magic resistance, where's your damage, right? Where's the damage at? And they seem to be struggling with that. Oh my goodness, that Caffeine gets completely called out. Gets taken down by that Kira S1, but has her Blade of Eternity available. Kha'Zix again caught out, ended up dropping. And now we will see something very exciting, okay? Because unfortunately I spoiled myself a little bit here. We will see what happens next, but just keep in mind the next team fight will be a lot of fun to see. They are instantly diving here. Richter going very deep with his rock shield, soaking so much damage, as I said. But Ignis gets dropped, has the Blade of Eternity. Again, this seems like a fight Mad is gonna lose hard, but Lubu is going deep. Laville is attacking that core and is gonna drop as well, has the Blade of Eternity. This is just Blade of Eternity galore and endless cycle galore, and Mad is able to win that fight and push Bacon out of their base. Again, the tower, the core surviving with not even half health there. And yeah, this is completely an open game again. We'll see how the next teamfight progresses, but I definitely think Bacon has an advantage here in those fights if they are able to just not completely dive into a core, maybe completely dive between core and the tier 3 tower. I think that was their biggest issue there. That was the most damage coming through there. And yeah, we'll see if they will be able to find a team fight in the jungle again. That's where they've been winning with that. In jungle, AoE heroes are really good in jungle team fights, and while Preyta and Caffeine are really strong in those fights as well. The Ignis just takes the cake, I feel like. If you can get a good S2 on 2 people and keep stunning them, teamfight is pretty much over. Kira does not have... She sold her boots for a Death Sickle. I mean, she does not have her Blade of Eternity available anymore. It was used up. It is on cooldown. So she has that... Oh, never mind. She sold it. What is she gonna buy? What is she gonna buy? She buys the AP book, guys. The 3k AP juicer. Holy of holies. She is gonna deal an insane amount of damage, guys, okay? And she still has that Arctic Orb. She still has an Arctic Orb. And the Richter decides to pick up a Muramasa. He wants to dive these fights a little bit deeper, I guess. I mean, he's already diving deep. He thinks he's already tanky enough, and I have to agree. And he is just gonna deal a ton of damage as well now. With his Muramasa. And he is able to get away with the Rock Shield. This Richter is playing so well, guys. And he flickers away. Lubu flickers after him. Man, this Richter is just styling. But at this point, this Caffeine is styling, guys. That is insane. As soon as that Laville dies, Caffeine just... If she is alive, man, the teamfight is over. Whoever kills the marksman first wins the teamfight, pretty much, in the late game. That's just what AOB is right now. And they are able to secure that Abyssal Dragon, the enraged one, with that revive buff going towards that Caffeine. And man, why are all these games such insane late game slugfests? That is absolutely insane. But yeah, it's fine, it's fun to watch. But I'm losing my voice, you know, that's the only thing I'm worried about. And we cannot lose our voice, because that would mean no videos, and that would be that will make you guys sad, and we can't do that, right? We cannot do that. So we will chill up a little bit. I will lower my voice a little bit, okay? For a couple seconds here. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. Kefani, again, she is just god mode right now. She is an absolute god. Ooh, she gets caught by that lumber ult though. The wave clear coming through from Ignis, but they lose the tower anyway. Now this is again, Mad is winning again. They were losing for quite some time now because of those late game team fights. But now Mad is winning again. Kefani just doing so much damage. Laville just got picked off in those team fights, in those last two team fights, and at that point it's just really difficult to win. So again, it just all depends on who can kill the first marksman, right? Who can kill the marksman first wins the game. And Nakroth, a very aggressive build coming out of him as well. No Blade of Eternity, just full on damage and the Medallion of Troy. Very interesting choice. And he gets that Slayer. They have two major objectives now. Ooh, that's a huge lumber ult though. He flickers away. Huge 3-man knock-up by Nakroth. And now they're just all getting caught. The lumber tries to go deep there, but does not accomplish anything. Lubu is just jumping away. Man, it must feel good to be Mad Yuzon. Just playing only Lubu. Not only, of course. I know he's good at all the Slayer heroes. But let me tell you, man. Half his pro career must be on... I think 90% of his pro career is on Lubu, Omen... And what else did he play a lot of? I think these two are just like half his pro career, or like 90% of it, which is really, really funny, but it works, you know? You choose a couple Slayer laners that you can always play, that are always gonna be good, like that Lubu, like that Omen, and then you just play only those, and your team is used to playing around those. You're really comfortable at those. I'm sure you can play all the Slayer laners in solo queue, but it's so funny to see that always, whenever I open these Mad games, it's always Yuzon on Lubu or on Omen, and he used to play a lot of Superman as well. A really good Superman player too, but that hero is not too strong in the meta right now. He can still be played, but you have to be that Ayep guy from Elvo to he's a god among Supermans. So if you're like that, then you can definitely pick Superman, but it's really difficult to be that good. And yeah, they are able to finally knock on this last tier 3 tower, and now everyone on Bacon is dropping. The Kira is able to revive with that. Oh my god, the Neil is just trying to base raise, and they are able to. One more auto attack, they are able to get it. That was such a clean back and forth by both teams. Super well played by both of them. And Mad is able to get the comeback of the comeback. They come back into a 1 game in the end, and they are able to edge out the victory. Very well played by both teams. And yeah, we'll see who gets the MVP. Who got the MVP? I think it was probably Kefani, right? We'll see though, we have to check the stats. Preyta did a lot of damage as well. There we go. Yeah, Kefani gets she gets the MVP. 7, 2, and 3, of course, the best stats. Always gets the MVP. That's how AOV is. And yeah, just immense damage coming out by Preyta as well with that Zweihander. 33%, more than his Kefani even. And of course, you have 30% on both marksman and mid lane on the other side. Very unfortunate. They got the clean comeback Bacon here, but they weren't able to finish it off in the end. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys the next time. Peace out, boys. Bye-bye.